Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, back with Mike McLaughlin of Party Cannon fame, or Guitar Souls fame. Let's just pretend it's Guitar Souls fame.
Well, we've had one person at least asking what's going on with the Guitar Souls, so that's fame as far as I'm concerned.
It was a good few people actually, believe it or not. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, we have been away for almost a month now.
Yep, and our apologies for the hiatus.
Whoa. I'm not apologising. It wasn't me.
You were on holiday as well. Don't start your shit.
I know, and we recorded as soon as I got back. What happened to you? Where have you been?
You don't want to know. Just busy. I was on holiday for 2 weeks in Bulgaria. For those of you who are interested, it was beautiful, it was fun, it was warm, and I somehow, within 30 minutes of arriving at the villa we were staying at, broke my phone by going for a swim with it in my pocket. I'm a fucking idiot. That's about as much as I've got to say for now.
Yeah, so it was radio silence from Mike for a while. Yeah, and you've only been back for a few days. We've tried to get this in as fast as humanly possible, and I didn't really think that he was up for it today either, because he's got a cracking headache, which is why he's bearing such a smile. But he's basically here at gunpoint. It was either going to be you sat here on camera today and us talking, or
oh, not again.
I always have it just in case. All this time while Mike's been away, I've just had the mic mask there, thinking maybe I could just sit my wife down and put this mask on her, and I'll just talk at her like she's Mike.
That's a strange kink.
I know. Why do you think I always have it to hand?
You're fucking wrong.
I know. I'm a total wrong.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah. Moving on. So this is episode 13.
Fucking unlucky for some.
Yeah. Unlucky for the people that listen to the podcast and are thinking to themselves, "Oh, I thought these cunts had gone away."
I know. But we're getting peace for a while.
Yeah, no, we're still here. So today we're going to talk about Gibson. It's a new topic for us, isn't it?
We've not spoke about Gibson, not even once.
Never talk about Gibson.
No.
And as with anything Gibson, it's not just one thing, is it? Like, it's just a myriad of things that we get to laugh at. A
catalogue of cataclysmic errors.
Yeah.
Consistent.
I like that. Some assonance.
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
Though, of course, we have been gone for like 25 days, so you would expect there to be loads of things happened with Gibson. So, we'll have to talk about those.
There's enough.
We're going to talk about touring and not making money. Bands pointing out, bands like Mastodon and Devon Townsend talking about going on tour and like not making money.
Mm-hmm.
And this romantic idea that people that don't pay for music have, that, yeah, but if you want to make money, you just have to go out and tour. So we'll talk about that. The album club still exists, believe it or not, guys.
Yep.
I'm finally going to get round to venting on Incubus. Though I'm not quite as angry about Incubus anymore, because I've not had to listen to them for like 25 days.
Ah, so. Well, a little bit of time for you to think on it.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say that Symphony X are boring, so it's all right.
Yeah, fine, cool.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we'll get there. And we're going to talk about headless guitars, because Mike's got a new headless guitar. In fact, why don't we start with that?
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, as you all know, Levi got himself a Mayonnaise Hydra. Beautiful guitar, fair play to him. And I thought, well, not to be one-upped, fuck that guy, I went and purchased myself an Ormsby Goliath.
So
six string, right hand Moore edition.
So this is where things are quite difficult in a podcast setting, because if people are listening to this on audio, they won't see what's going on here. But yeah, Ormsby are now making a headless model, right?
Yes, the Goliath.
And I was skeptical. I was extremely skeptical, because only because I know what it's like to have like be a high-end custom luthier, and then to outsource and have models made elsewhere. Like many companies have done it. Sur did it, and I don't even know if you remember the Rasmus series. They've disappeared now. They don't exist anymore.
I don't know if I do remember the Rasmus series. Is that the weird Les Paul?
No, no. That's the Aura. I've not checked up on that in a while.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a while where Sur were having Indonesian like cheaper models made.
Right.
I know quite a few people that bought them, and they were quite cool, but for whatever reason, like they decided to move away from doing that. So it's not uncommon. I guess all the big brands do it. Like Fender have Indonesian made stuff, ESP have Indonesian made stuff. So it's an obvious business decision, but there's the worry that quality is gonna take a hit. So when Mike told me he was getting one of these, I was like, cool, I'm interested to check it out, but I didn't have, my expectations weren't high. So what are your thoughts on it?
I fucking love it. I can't stop playing it, if I'm totally honest. It actually exceeded what I expected. It's different from my hype. The neck feels much more slimlined. A bit different as well in terms of the shoulders, but it's still the same kind of profile roughly, as far as I know. The frets seem a bit lower as well. Again, this might just be me, but I just love it. I think it's great, and it's very versatile as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the aesthetics of it, I've never owned a green flamed maple guitar, so
Yeah.
nice wee change.
One that you
For
can't
those of you
use
that can't
on.
see it.
You can't use it on green screens.
Yep, as I'm sure you probably saw. Any of you who are interested, K-Mac, my brother, he actually did a video with the guitar while I was on holiday, so he got to debut it to the world and I didn't.
Yeah.
So
Though to be fair, even if you debuted it to the world, still no one was going to see it compared to Kieran.
not even a
debuting it.
fucking glimmer of hope in comparison. Only fair.
Yeah. So my thoughts on it. I'm honestly I was really impressed with it. Really, really impressed with it. Comments that I'd make on it are it weighs virtually nothing.
That's like a bit of paper.
Yeah. There's some cool chambering going on in there, which I didn't expect. And I mean, I don't know whether that's a pro or a con, but it certainly was like, oh, that's cool. It's certainly like it doesn't weigh much. I've not had enough time with it to like. Well, really, you want an unchambered version and a chambered version, and then go which of these sounds better. But
I think it's going to be the chambered.
it felt good. It resonates great. The neck feels excellent on it. Really, really cool. It's got the fanning, of course. It's probably maybe a little bit more fanned than I'd go for.
Mm-hmm.
But for what Mike's doing, because you're tuned to drop B, aren't you?
Yeah, B standard.
B standard. Sorry.
25.5 to 27.5 fan.
So I'm a big fan of the fan frets anyway, so can't really complain about that. Headless design. The thing that I really like about it is it has the Strandberg cut out on the bottom, which just makes sense for resting it on your leg. It's just it's nice and easy and comfortable no matter what way you sit it. And the Miners doesn't have that. The Miners is positioned so you can sit in a nice classical position and it makes sense. But
in comparison here, which sits beautifully on your right leg.
Yeah, that Strandberg thing. Actually, so when I was in Guitar yesterday with one of my patrons came over from the States. He's not really into the headless thing at all. But I said you should try out the Strandberg because they're really cool. I like the design of them. And he was like, they just look wrong. They're just no, they're disgusting. Right, and he was sat down. He's a bigger guy, so he kind of likes to lean back in his chair when he plays. And he was playing a Miners, and he was like, "This is really cool." And I went, "Look, take this." And he held it in his hands, and while he was bringing it over his body, he went, "That's just disgusting." And then he put it down and went, within 2 seconds, went, "This is perfect." I've never seen a change so quickly in someone's opinion.
That's great.
But it's not just the Strandberg thing. It's that cutaway there on the bottom is great. So I really love the fact that the Ormsby has that. I'm not crazy about the tramp stamp on the 12th fret, but
that's where everyone else generally has put their logo alongside the neck.
Yeah,
at the very top. Ormsby went with the 12th fret, which I think is. I like it. I think it's really well done. Like it could have been done much worse, and it could have looked much worse. But this is very clean.
Yep.
And it's not like gaudy over the top.
So the conclusion for me is price-wise on these, they're reasonably cheap compared to the competition.
Yeah.
£1,200, something
a little
like
bit
that.
more than that, but 14, 15.
£1,400. But I mean, all the Strandbergs that were in Guitar yesterday are over £2,000.
Yep.
The Miners is 2.5. Who else is making headless stuff?
Kiesel,
yeah. You don't tend to find those in shops.
No,
but Doug's just got one of those, and again, it's over. He's paid over £2,000 for his.
Yep.
So if you're interested in the headless thing, like the Ormsby it's a killer price. It is a killer price.
Go and try them. Guitar, I think, are actually stocking them at the moment. Which stores have got them, I don't know.
They're waiting on stock, from what I asked them yesterday.
I think GAC might have some as well.
Oh no, you are absolutely right. There were some. Because when they land, but they're just not in Glasgow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought there was more. But obviously with CITES, they're still recovering from with it being runs rather than just being mass produced.
Yeah.
So.
I should throw this out actually for anyone that isn't watching. In terms of you can see where money is being saved on the build, like with the what wood is the body?
I believe it's
older
Swamp Ash.
I
believe.
Yeah. So you've got that big block of a body and the top on it, which is a flame maple top, but it is a very thin laminate top rather than like a quarter inch. Yeah, they do a quarter inch or 1/8 inch maple tops,
usually
caps and things like that on the tops of the guitars, which are obscenely expensive for a fancy piece of maple. Whereas something like that is a lot more cost effective, and it shouldn't bother anyone, should it? because
Still looks good to me.
yeah, you do it. I think you have stuff like that on a guitar for aesthetic reasons. Anyone that tells you they can hear the difference when there's a little maple cap on the top of the guitar, I think they're insane.
As a wank.
Yeah.
As a wank.
So that doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Not I.
Yeah, and the neck, yeah, feels good. Oh, I should also just say this. I also feel that guitar is better than the Hype Machine. It just feels better than the Hype Machine. And the other thing I'd say, I know apparently I've got a lot to say about it.
And another thing.
Yeah.
And another
thing. It's compared to this, because obviously what I wanted to do was compare the two guitars. They are very, very different guitars. And maybe this is just me, but when I play the Minors, this feels like a traditional instrument with modern things like the Headless thing and that cutaway, but it still feels to me and plays like a traditional instrument. Whereas like when I think of a Strandberg, I think of that as being a very modern, a very progressive instrument. And to me, the Ormsby totally comes under that category. Like it's just feels very cool, modern, and it's for new music. Don't buy one of these if you're a blues guy.
I think you get away okay because it's quite mid-output pickups.
Oh,
you've got the options, but I know what you mean. Like
you get away with it, but
aesthetically, you're probably not going to get there.
Yeah, it's just a monster for any modern progressive instrumental rock and metal type thing. So, yep, well done, Perry. I think you've knocked that one out of the park.
And team.
Yeah. So cool. I'll put mine away. You talk. What are we going to talk about next?
Let's talk about Gibson. That was what we'd earmarked.